Okay, everyone. So, we just got the craziest, wildest, probably the best pickup that I will ever in my entire life. It was a Facebook Marketplace deal. Been working with the guy for the last 3, 4 days. Finally got to the pickup tonight, and there I had some stuff lined up. It takes me to the basement. There's more. There's so much more. The prices were insane. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So first off, we got all this PS2 stuff. All of it's CIB. All of it's clean. All of it's fresh. We got all this. Xenosaga's a hitter. Armor Core 2. Ratchet and Clank. We got some 360 stuff. This is all going into my collection here. This is some later stuff here. He pulls out some stuff. Let me set these to the side and we're going to talk about these in a minute. We got a few GameCube games. I'm starting to rebuild my GameCube collection a little bit if I find it for a good price. Got the Monkey Ball. Got the Super Mario Sunshine. And all three of these are CIB and the Luigi's Mansion. Got some complete in-box Saturn stuff. This stuff is going to Rob the Snowman. Looks like it's again more quarterback attack. I don't really collect for Saturn too much, so I had no problem giving him this stuff. Duke Nukem 3D. WrestleMania, the arcade game. Nights into Dreams, and these are just loose. Die Hard Arcade. And another game here. What is this? Battle Arena something or other. So, next up, added this on the end of the deal. We got Star Wars Rebel Assault for the Sega CD. Pretty happy to add that one. We got 3 complete in box 3DO games. Jurassic Park Interactive. Dragon's Lair, which is a hitter. And a sealed, as you can see here, you can kind of see the sealing there still. It's still really fresh. A sealed copy of Return Fire. Couldn't believe it when he told me I had some sealed 3DO. So next thing we're going to get into, absolute fire. Let's get into it. A complete in box copy, if I can get the thing to open, of Silent Hill 2. Banger there. And this is where it really starts to get crazy. I look in the PS2 box of games, and we've got... I freaked out when I seen this. And you'll know when you see it. Silent Hill 3, and it is still sealed. Just a tiny imperfection there on the bottom. But this guy is still sealed. Looks like price charting is up over $430, $440. Absolute insanity. Also sealed. Beyond Good and Evil. $40 bill right there. And Alien vs. Predator Extinction, $135 bill right there. No, and that is not even the wildest thing that happened out of this whole deal. Also, the network adapter. Never seen that before. Next up, we got... I'm going to pause the video real quick and I'll pull this stuff out and show you. Okay, everyone. Got everything set up. So, we got 2 Game Gear systems, including the Blue Sports Edition. Or, I think this was actually in a Lion King bundle, if I remember right. Which is pretty wild that it exists. But a blue Sega Game Gear, a regular one with a magnifying glass, a battery pack for it, the case I showed you, and then we also got, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games, and then 2 power adapters as well. So we got Sonic Spinball, The Majors, Echo the Dolphin, Sonic 2, Dragon Crystal, Lion King, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Beavis and Butthead, NBA Jam, Taz, Escapes from Mars, and Super Off-Road. I've never seen the Beavis and Butthead or the Dragon Crystal before, so those are pretty cool to add in the collection. Okay, let's get into the rest of this craziness. Let me get set up for it. One momento. Okay, everyone. Let's get back into this, the pickups here. So this is the final stuff here I got to show you. And trust me, I showed the heat at the end. Let's get into it. First off, we have the Stick of Truth South Park 360 Collector's Edition. Very, very clean. We also ended up with the Fractured Butthole. Cute looking little guy in there. Pretty nice. It's in very good condition. And then let's get into the heat. There is a Sega Saturn complete with 2 controllers. One of them is the aftermarket. We did test it. It's in great working condition. So let's tell the story here. On this deal, I originally messaged the guy on Facebook Marketplace, and he had a posting for a Cyberpunk 2077 Xbox One X for $175. It's like, okay, that's a pretty good deal. It's like half of what they go for. Okay, I'll pop on it. And I noticed he said he was looking to sell the rest of his games in his collection. So I was like, okay, cool. What else you got? Started sending me pictures, and we got the deals going. So let's get into it. We got the Cyberpunk console. We ended up with that. We ended up with the Gears 4 console. I think that's the 1S. That's CIB. All of this is like fresh. Absolutely fresh. We ended up with the Gears 5 console as well. That's a 1X. And then let's get into the craziness. When we went to the basement, he pulled out these 2 things. A boxed Sega CD32X. Absolute insanity. I couldn't believe it. And even crazier on top of that, if I can lift it, him thing. Let's go. A boxed Sega CD. It's still got all the inserts. It's got the original packaging and everything else. Just absolute insanity. So, I really was speechless. You can ask my friend Retro Legends if you get the chance. Feel free to follow him on Twitch as well, and ask him when I was speechless on the phone, absolutely speechless. So I'm just gonna go through and show you a few more of these games real quick, and then we'll wrap up the video. I really couldn't believe there was also these 2 boxed 32X games, and they are in really. I mean, you can see. I know this one isn't the rarest one. This guy's got a little bit more value to it. The Mortal Kombat 2. I mean, it is pretty fresh for something that's 30 years old. I showed you the 3DO stuff there. Always happy to add 3DO. Don't really collect a whole lot for the Sega CD, but it's Star Wars, you know I gotta do it. I'm a big Star Wars guy. Let's see. We had those 3 GameCube games I showed you. Let's show you the rest of this stuff. There's some hitters here. This Def Jam is not a cheap game. The Juiced 2, along with the Midway Arcade, the Toy Story 3, and also this guy, Jurassic the Hunted, is not a cheap game as well. We got Ratchet and Clank, Armored Core 2, Xenosaga, Devil May Cry. I was super happy to get the Xenosaga as well. Didn't have that one yet. What else do we got here? Cold Winter. This one's going to Rob the Snowman. Half-Life is a pretty wild game from what I've heard. Shadow of the Colossus, Red Faction, and both of the 2 and 3 on the Metal Gear Solid series. I just want to tell everybody thank you for checking out my pickups video. I'm literally speechless. I'm still just... I'm recording this like 30 minutes after getting home from eating some supper. I almost don't even know what to say. So I do have a little bit of information I'm going to drop to everybody. I am going to be at the All-in-One Gaming Expo in Kansas City this weekend. That's running Saturday and Sunday. If you can show up, they have a website on or a page on Facebook. If you need info on that, feel free to check out their Facebook page. It's running Saturday and Sunday, like I said. They are going to be having tournaments. There's going to be different guests there. There's going to be panels, a vendor floor, all sorts of fun stuff for everybody on that guy. I'm also going to be at the Midwest Gaming Classic coming up at the end of March and April. I'll be there with Adam Koralik, Retro Legends, and so I'm sure John Riggs is going to be there along with several other people. And then I think I'm going to put out there that I'm going to be at the the Columbia, Missouri Gaming Expo thing that they put on once a year. That's a good time out there. Really enjoy that the first time last year. And then I'm also going to put out there that I am going to be attending the Portland Retro Gaming Expo this year again. So I look forward to seeing all of you at something, if not all of the shows. And I guess just keep hitting those marketplace deals, people. The deals are still out there. If this isn't proof, I don't know what will be. So everybody have a great night, and thanks for watching.